What's up guys, welcome to another gardening video on my channel. My name is Spunks. So yeah guys, today is for the beginners. This one is for the beginners. Yeah, so it's the 7 mistakes that you should avoid and the 7 mistakes that I've committed in my gardening process. So yeah man, I hope it's helpful. Let's get into it. Okay, so as gardeners, you know, when you start gardening, you're all excited. You feel, I'm gonna buy every crop, every vegetable under the sun, right? I understand. So what I would say to you, my first tip is buy the things that are eaten in the house. For me, I bought kale, and kale wasn't eaten in the house. So we don't know how to cook it. We didn't know anything really about it, and basically it just sat there, just being there. So it was kind of, at least I kind of learned about how to grow kale. Yeah, so if you don't have a lot of resources, then it can be seen as a waste. And then we have planting at the wrong time. See, for me, this was also another problem again. So I only started probably either April, May or June. One of those months I started growing. And I think that's really late because that's, I've missed basically the whole of summer, or I was in the middle of summer. So, I didn't even do in spring. So I only started like around where it was going to be autumn and winter. And I think I had obviously a shorter period of gardening and harvesting, and so I would definitely say the best time to start is in spring. Definitely the best time to start is in spring, when everything is starting to grow, when everything is starting, the birds are out there, the bees are there, so yeah man, I think. But what I've also said is that when the gardening bug gets you, don't now be like, no, I need to start in spring. No, do it now. Do it whenever you actually get that bug, because gardening is it's a really therapeutic thing. I don't want you to now hold on and be like, oh no, I need to. So whenever you get the bug, do it. But advisably, I would say garden or start gardening in spring. And then we have flowers. Now, as you can see here, I've planted some flowers, so I've learned from my mistakes. In the beginning, I had no flowers at all. I was just like, what's the point of flowers? I just want vegetables. And I didn't really understand that, with more flowers comes more insects, more pollinators. Definitely flowers help a lot. Stuff like marigold really are very beneficial flowers to have. They apparently get rid of, aphids, which hang around, cabbage and stuff like that. So they're really good to have around aphids. And then also they also attract bees. They attract flies, which are also pollinators. I learned this recently. Butterflies, so I would definitely say flowers. I didn't have them in the beginning, but they definitely would help your garden. Pruning. So you guys know, I don't have any more tomatoes. They're all gone. You guys know, with me and tomatoes, I don't really like pruning them, because I just feel like, grow it naturally, grow it the way that it's supposed to grow. So for me, I don't really like pruning. But this year showed me that, my man, you need to prune, because it really, like, me not pruning shortened the time that I had with tomatoes, because it got infested by blight. Check out that video. Yeah. Check out how to cure blight. So basically, I got blight, and the tomatoes literally just died off. All of them just died off. And I was in shock, and I was just like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? And one of the things was pruning. So I would definitely recommend that you prune, especially tomatoes, since they're so prone to disease. And then also pruning can also help with the growth, you know. Certain plants, when you cut them, they actually grow back. So things like sage, spinach, lettuce, you know, when you cut them, they actually grow back, you know, they grow back and stronger, you know. So I would definitely, even most herbs do so much better when you prune them, you know, or you cut them back. Okay, and then we have seeds against starters. For me, I just prefer seeds, you know, starting from seed, direct sowing. But I've had starters. So basically, these strawberries, I started from one starter plant, right? And I just had them because I didn't know how to start strawberries from seed. So with the strawberries, I really found that those ones worked really well. But then I had certain starters, certain plants that I got from like just a normal, you know, like a nursery, and most of them died. So I really think you have to be cautious with the starters that you choose, because some of them won't tolerate being transplanted, and some won't, just, you know, some you need to actually add nutrients that the nursery has been adding, you know. So there's that. And then there's some plants like rosemary, lavender, that really struggle in growing just from seed. And this I had to learn as well, because I just direct sowed everything until I saw that no, maybe like lavender has been one that really has frustrated me, because that one I just can't grow. So basically, I think the best thing to do is to start those from a pot, or you can actually have it from starters, you know. So I think you just need to, this is why I'm saying that, like, gardening is a real experience, you know, and to make mistakes is normal, you know. So, and that's how you'll learn that certain things you have to grow from pots, certain things you can grow from seeds, but then other things you can't grow from seeds, and others you should just grow from starters, you know. So yeah, man, I think definitely, you know, and I think the back of the pack of the seed packets show that, okay, you should direct sow this, or you can put this in pots, you know. And the strawberry one, I just didn't know how to grow strawberries from seed, and that's why I started from seed. So that could be, I mean, that's why I started from a starter. So that could be another reason why you would just start from a start. And then the location. Now, I've spoken about this in my previous video. If you haven't seen that, check it out. I spoke about the location. Now, for me, I say that my location is probably not the most ideal, because it gets a lot of shade throughout the day. So I would say that, you know, choose a location that is really making the most out of the amount of sun that touches the part of that garden. So choose a garden, choose a place in the garden that really gets the most amount of sun, and plant in there. And then we have digging. So now I'm gonna show you. So when I started gardening, it was just this patch, even smaller, because I extended this patch as well. So it was just this patch, and I dug up and I dug and I dug and I dug, right, until I got to like maybe more of this area here, you know. And then I kept digging. I kept digging, and I dug there, I dug here, and I was just like, okay, this is really a lot of work. So then I got a method of placing cardboard and newspaper on top, right? And then watering that, and then placing some leaves, grass cuttings on top. These areas here, with the tomato area, that I grew with that method, and it was so much quicker than digging and digging and digging. So one thing I would suggest is don't dig, guys. Yeah, guys, so one thing I just would not advise is for you to dig. For me, I think digging, and I've said this again in my other video, is that it really disturbs the worms, the fungus that is in the ground. When you dig, it's taking the middle soil and putting it to the top soil, you know, and it's just not for me the way that nature intended for us to be gardening. So for me personally, I just think that gardening should be more of placing layers on top, placing layers and letting that decompose, you know, as compared to digging. So for me, the cardboard method of placing cardboard, watering cardboard or newspaper, watering, placing leaves on them so that it kills off the grass. That's what the newspaper and the cardboard is for, so that it kills the grass. And then once that's done, then you can plant in the ground. You get me? So definitely digging, just don't do it. It's also a lot of hard work. That's what I've found, that it's a lot of maintenance. It's just a lot of work, digging, when you can just literally place something on top, let the grass die, and then garden in there, you know. It might take a bit longer for you to actually be able to plant, but I think it's worth the wait, in my opinion. So those are my 7 gardening mistakes that I've done and that you guys should avoid. You know, do as I say, don't do as I do. Alright? Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah man, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm pumping out videos, okay? I'll see you guys in the next video. Love, peace, grow something right now. Brr.